Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm playing with the Jungle Camo stencil from Brutus Monroe. Now this is a fun stencil because it is a 3-piece layering stencil. I'm going to be making a card with it, and I'm playing with a couple different greens of Chroma Mist. I might bring in a little bit of yellow too. Not entirely sure yet. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so I am actually really excited with how this turned out. I had a blast doing it. So I'm just using a box, and we recently moved and we still have a little bit of boxes. This I kind of screwed up. I was trying to pick it up and I splattered that stuff all over the place and spilled it. It was a little bit of a situation. So as you can see, I did a little pen line over there on my white cardstock so that I could get the stencil in the same place. And now I'm spraying a little bit farther away so my spray isn't as thick. So then I go ahead and I do that, and now, you know, I learned my lesson. I blot it and then I pick it up. So now I have that going on. I'm going to go ahead and pull in the second stencil. I'm still going to line it up using that pen mark that I have in that upper left hand corner. Now I will tell you guys, I lost the order of the stencils so that they matched up, and the top left was the top left on every stencil. So I did have to figure that out, and I think that's what I'm doing right now. But you could do this technique multiple times with multiple colors, but I just really dig the color combination that I have going on here. So I finally figured out the right stencil in the right order, and then I'm spraying some more Chroma Mist down, and we're going to blot again and pick it up again. And as you can see, there are a couple different green colors there. And then I'm going to put on the last stencil and give it another spray, and I will pull that off as well. So then that is what it looks like. So now I'm just going to take some ink, and I'm going to ink over the entire stencil. And I am just spraying, or I'm not spraying anymore, I am inking on the paper that I sprayed. So the sprays gave it kind of a speckly mottled effect, and I want it to fill in a little bit of that mottledness. Is mottledness a word? M-O-T-T-L-E-D-N-E-S-S, mottledness. I think it might be. If it's not, it's a new Sandy word. Plus what this is going to do is give me a little bit more of a crisper edge, because the spray kind of gives it that softer kind of whoosh edge on there. And that is definitely a technical term. You do have to move your hand and your head at the same time when you go whoosh. So sad you guys can't see what that looks like right now. And now I'm pulling out the Safari stamp set, and I really love this tree. So I've got the tree and the sentiment that says, "I'm wild about you." And I'm going to grab some white cardstock, throw it into my stamp positioner tool, and use my Brutus Monroe Raven detail ink, which is my absolutely favorite black ink ever. You can use it for anything and everything. You can use it to stamp. You can, obviously, you can use it to, when you color, you just want to heat set it to make sure that that ink is truly dry, and then you get no bleed. It's awesome. So I am going to pull this guy out, and then I'm going to color in the tree. Now this tree just looks like a fun time to me, right? Like, I feel like this tree doesn't have to be a safari tree. This could be a backyard tree or a front yard tree. Like, wouldn't it be super cute to dangle a little tire swing from that thing? Like, I just think that that would be super cute. So here I am using my heat tool to go ahead and get my black detail ink, my Raven detail ink, nice and done. And now I am going to use my Chroma Mists to paint in the tree. Now I am dipping my brush directly into the Chroma Mist bottle. If that is stressing you out, you can just dump a little bit out onto a palette or an acrylic block. I love using an acrylic block as a palette. So, like I said, if me dipping into the bottle is stressing you out, so sorry guys, so sorry. I'm not cross-contaminating anything because I'm not using another color at the same time. So if I was trying to mix these colors, like mix two different kinds of green at the same time, let's be real, I might just dip my brush into the color anyway, because that's the kind of paper crafter I am. Little bit messy paper crafter. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to get this nice and colored in. So the more coats and the more liquid that you apply of the Chroma Mists, the darker it will get. So if you did just a light little coat over it, you could have really pastel soft leaves. If you're doing a little bit more like I'm doing here, you can have darker leaves. So as you can see, I am making sure that I am coloring it in quite well. Now, I will say most of the time when I paint with Chroma Mists, I end up saturating the paper so that when you flip it over, it looks almost the same on the back side of the paper as it does on the front side. Just because I like a nice, deep, rich watercolor look going on there. I don't want that soft pastel thing most of the time, I would say. But you can go either way. It's just really your preference for how you like to do your coloring. And a lot of the things that we do are preference. I don't do a lot of shading and different coloring things on my colored images, and that's because I prefer it that way. So now I'm going to get my tree in place and figure out where I want that, and then also where I want the sentiment to go. So I'm using that Raven Detail ink right over top of the areas that I sprayed through the stencil. I'm going to use some of these Easy Tab pop foams on top of the tree, so you can see like the color kind of peeking through on the tree there. And now I'm going to get those tabs off and put that tree down. Now I'm thinking that this feels unfinished. I do love a border around a scrapbook layout, and that transfers over to my cards. I do love a border around a card. So again, I choose a black border. I am a fan of a black border on a card, you guys. Like that's just my go-to base for my card. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for watching me get super messy with all of the awesome green Chroma Mists. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.